School rules are something that I think we can all agree on are, for the most part, stupid. Like, asking for permission to go to the bathroom when it's a basic human function. Like, I'm supposed to be able to do that. Why do I have to ask to go to the bathroom? It doesn't make any sense. I have to ask to take a piss in a urinal in a stinky bathroom. And there were teachers that would also, like, make you have to drink water outside the classroom, and they wouldn't let you bring in a water bottle to class. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I just open it up real quick and I take a quick sip. Like, why do I have to step outside just to rehydrate? All the way up until I transferred to a different high school for like from 10th to 12th grade, I had to ask permission to use the bathroom or to get a drink. They said I didn't have to ask, which was actually cool. Another thing to go with like the no drinking in class and having to ask for permission to go to the bathroom is the no eating thing. Like, I would be hungry in class sometimes, and you just have to thug it out till lunch or whatever. And sometimes the food wasn't even all that great. Meanwhile, they're sitting there eating their whole lunch for that period right before we ourselves have our lunch period after the class. It doesn't make any sense. You would just ask if you could have a snack in class. They'd be like, it was good. What did you say? Can I eat? No. Like, bro, what do you mean I can't eat? You're eating your lunch right now. I remember one time, though, after I transferred to a different high school, one of my teachers actually let me and one of my friends eat our lunch in class.
Nice.
He was actually probably one of the better teachers I had. Actually, no, he definitely was one of the better teachers I had in high school. Next up, we have start times, which is some absolute bullcrap considering we're starting at 8 a.m.
What?
Why are we starting at 8 in the morning? Now, on top of that, for me specifically, I don't remember if it was one teacher or if it was multiple teachers, but there was a running joke about me with my roller bag, and they would associate it with, oh, you look like you going to the airport, and then everyone would laugh. Well, I might as well be, considering how early we're starting, to be honest. Also, if you were late to school a certain amount of times, at least at the second high school I went to, you would get detention. But for me, it wasn't really that bad, considering I didn't have my license or anything. So yeah, I couldn't drive. But then if I did, my mom would get so pissed. Next up, we have no hats and no hoods. Now, I was never really someone that wore hats, but I would always come into school with a hoodie on. I don't understand why I can't have my hoodie on. It's cold, wearing the hoodie is comfortable, especially because they would have the AC all the way up for no reason. And it's not like I'm really disturbing anyone. This one I don't quite get, but the no phones rule is something I can kind of understand. Like, I understand not being able to use the phone in class because we have to pay attention to.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
But I don't really see why we can't use them in the hallway or during lunch. Like, those are the only breaks, if you want to call them that we get during the day. And when you have to go to the bathroom, you'd see a bunch of people just standing there on their phones. Maybe they're waiting to use the stall or the urinal, or maybe they just don't want to be in class. Now, no talking is another one that's understandable. Like, obviously, no talking in class. Honestly, I think some of the funniest jokes can actually come during the middle of a lesson. But one thing you can't do in the middle of the lesson is walk out of class, which is why we have the hall pass. For no reason. I vaguely remember people being like a hall monitor in elementary school, and it was really annoying. Something that I found even more annoying was the dress code. Because I went to private school, I always had to wear a uniform until about 9th grade. 9th grade was the last year I had to wear a uniform. Now, after I transferred to a different school in 10th grade, my mom would still always get on my case about uniform. But then I would come to school and almost nobody is following the dress code at all. Like, every time the teachers would enforce it, it would work for maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks max, and then everyone would be back to not following dress code again. But one thing you can't really get away with, or that it's hard to get away with, is not doing your homework. Because I was a student athlete, every homework assignment I had, I'd be right on top of it. I remember I had this one teacher in 9th grade. She would give us no less than 20 problems a night. And you know the homework where you get like, let's say it's 5 questions, but you have 1A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Like, you might as well just give us the whole alphabet at that point, honestly. We all know that one kid in class who would remind the teacher to give out homework. Yeah, at one point, that was me. I did it like twice, and I never went back. No self-defense. I remember 2 fights I got into where I used self-defense and I got chewed out for it. I'll go into more detail about those fights in another video, but next we have popsicle sticks. I was never really worried about this because I was always studying and actually doing my homework. Like, I wouldn't cheat my way through. I didn't start cheating my way through school until like recently. While I was perceived as the smart kid in school, I was also getting tired of it, especially because I was constantly playing basketball. So I eventually decided to switch sides. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, comment down below what your thoughts are, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for me.